PTE AV Studio buttons can be used to make your slideshow interactive. From buttons, we can link to any slide in our sequence. We can link to other slideshows, videos, websites, and more. This option is only available for executable files, not MP4 videos. And you'll very likely find this a little easier to do if you place all of your content in one folder. Now, if you're going to use buttons, this page must remain on screen while you or your viewers choose the option they want. I suggest you go to the project options, into the control tab, and you tick this box to wait for a key press before the next slide. That will keep this particular slide on screen. Buttons are created from the Objects and Animation screen via the little icon top left here. I don't want to dwell on the making of the buttons' shape or colour. The important part of the buttons is right down the bottom of the properties here, and it's the actions on mouse click. Now we have quite a number of options. If I was to choose go to a slide with a name, then when I go to this little drop down arrow, you can see that I can see the images that I've got in this particular slideshow. So if I wanted to link to a tiger page, I can do so, and you'll see that demonstrated in a moment. If I were to select one of the other options, let's say run an application and exit, then I have to use this option to browse for whatever I want to link. Now it's gone straight to the correct folder, but I can't see all of the content in my folder. We need to remember to go down to this option here and just choose all files. Now I can see an image and I can see an MP4. And I could just open that and it would link to that button. Let me demonstrate how they work. Now the first option I have here is run a slideshow with return. Now when I select that, the slideshow will run. But this slideshow must be made with the same version software as your button page. When it completes, as you see, we return to the button page, so we could make another choice. The next option is run slideshow. Again, the show must be made in the same version software, but this option will not return to the menu page, and as you can see, it defaults back to my project folder where I launched my buttons exe previously. I'll double click and we'll relaunch that. The next option is run an application or open a file. Now here I've linked to an MP4. It's going to open this MP4 video and run it, but it will not run a slideshow. And when it completes, it's very likely that it will leave the player on screen, as you can see here, which we may have to shut down manually. Here I'm linking to a web page. It's my own website here, but it could easily be YouTube or even an individual web page or YouTube video. But as you can see, once it appears on screen, we would have to shut this down manually to return to the menu page. The next option is to link to a named slide, and here I'm linking to the tiger image, and we jump instantly to it. But of course there's no way back from this. I would have to escape unless we put another button there that takes us back to the button page. Now the one that may be more interesting to us could be the final one. Run application and exit, because this will run a slideshow made in a different version of PTE AV Studio, and it will also come back to the button page when the slideshow comes to an end. Now I've just changed the slideshow that links to this final button, run application and exit. These buttons were created with PTE AV Studio 11, released in December 2022, but when I click to run the slideshow I've linked, the slideshow was actually made in the early 2000s. I'm not entirely sure now which version of PTE was used. Probably version 4. I'll see you next time.